Starting off the year good, man.
Yeah.
Get some sparring and shit. Finally getting some sparring.
Hey, you
Sparring?
sparred yesterday,
Sparring?
right?
Yeah, dude.
How
Tell
was
us about it. Tell us about it.
Dude,
Hey, did the call out from last week work or what?
It's so much work, but we just went out to go find someone. You know what I mean?
You calling people out, eh?
See, you went out to take the smoke because nobody wanted to bring the smoke.
Nobody wanted
Gotta
to
go find it
smoke.
somewhere, bro.
There you go.
You know, it's like when we go out sparring, and to be honest, not to toot my own horn, but everyone that works with Eastlick Erik here, they all seem to love working with him. They
Why?
all, because he's so smooth in what he does. And not as a pro level, but as a damn good amateur who looks good as a pro. And everyone appreciates his boxing skills. And they all seem to love, they all try and say, you know what, I'm glad how we worked out because you didn't beat me up. You worked with me.
Oh, yeah,
And they
yeah.
seem to love it. They well self-controlled. And they seem to appreciate that. So, you know, it's a big shout out for him because everywhere we go, everyone seems to notice that. And a lot of people actually travel to our gym just for Erik itself, just to see him work.
A couple people.
Yeah, a lot of people, they go, hey, I like working with you, you know.
You know what a lot of people don't understand is working with an experienced dude like Erik. It's actually less painful per se because he knows where and how to work with you versus a dude like say we got Chubbs in there.
Right.
He wants to just come take your head off. That's
smash,
all I know. Yeah, Hulk smash. That's what he's coming for, and that's how people get hurt. And that's you know that's. Tell us about the sparring session. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I felt good. I was nervous just because I haven't sparred anyone since outside of my gym for over besides Ontario, which is like right at the end of the year.
Right, exactly.
For a good year about. So it was good. First time getting out again, getting rounds in against someone my weight, my size. You know what I mean?
Did you feel rusty or?
I didn't feel so much rusty. I just felt nervous because I'm always used to my gym and just the
like
different
your partners and stuff.
yeah, my partners and just the whole different new gym experience is just just gets my nerves up.
Was it the gym experience or was it the fighter experience?
I think it's just a different
because
gym,
you
just
saw like a different look.
environment, yeah, a different look, and that's just I didn't get so much. I'm just like nervous and excitement, just a mixture of both, and it just gets me kind of worn out a little bit. Just
Do you ever get that? Is it just me? Like you know your own gym smell? Is that just me?
not
Bro,
gym
this
smell,
just smells
but-
like Clorox right now. Clorox and Lysol.
I don't mean the smell of like fragrance. I mean your own, like it's your own gym. The feeling, the smell, like the smell of your house.
Well, it's like having court advantage.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's more just like
court
the comfort. You feel the comfort
Exactly.
of like home field advantage. So it just
And
works
that's
out.
the feeling.
When people come to spar here, I'm very neutral for what goes on. Meaning, I protect my guys, but at the same time, I protect the other fighters as well. So it's not like my guys who, as soon as they come in here, take advantage of them.
No, you end up helping the other guy out.
I end up helping them in a lot of it.
Like,
The reason
do
I'll tell you
this,
why
do
I
this,
help
kick
them.
his ass this way.
I'll tell you why. Because as I see my guys spar and what they're doing, I know what they can and cannot do. So, but I'm still looking for what they cannot do. So I test them. So I'll go to my opposite opponent and say, here's what I want you to do with my guy. He sees what you're doing, so do it this way. Reason why I'm doing that to see how my guy is adapting, adjusting to what he's doing, and because it's not me, I can't fight for him, so I have to make sure that he's thinking for himself, and that's what I look for. So it's a test. So we use these guys to come in, so I can test my guys what they're doing, because when it comes to the real fight, he needs to know what to do.
Yeah.
And this is the best time to practice. And people have a hard time understanding sparring. Some guys come in here and think it's a fight.
Yeah.
I said, no. We're not trying to knock each other out. We're working our skill levels. Our defense, our movement, our breathing, our punching, how hard we're punching, how fast we're punching. Are we throwing enough punches? All that is really based on what you get used to doing. And the more you practice, the easier it gets. Like if a baseball player going to batting practice, swinging the bat. Getting used to it, getting the feel of it. And it's the same thing in boxing. Some people come in here looking to tear your heads off. And that's not the right way of doing it.
That's what I was gonna ask. Some guys come in to
Let
try
them
and
up, spark
Oh,
it.
exactly.
That's all they wanna
impose
do.
a name,
I'll
right?
tell you, 9 out of 10 people call, hey, we have some guys that we want to spar with you. We like to come by. Sure, of course, love to have you come out here. Okay, we're 140 pounders. Do you have any 140 pounders? Yeah, I'll get one for 140 pounder. Then they come in, they're 180.
Right.
And I said, so
That big old guy.
majority of them,
We
they-
fight at 140, but we're 180 right now.
That's exactly what it is.
That's how
They
it
come
is.
in and they say, where's your 140 right there? And I go, but you look like you're 180. Yes, I fight 180. But you're not.
Not walking around 180.
You're walking around 180, but you're not 140.
Yeah.
Well. No. If you're 180, and I'll put you with my 180. It's only apples and apples. You're looking for an orange. Yeah. So that happens a lot. Sometimes the gloves are loaded, meaning what? When I said, let me look at your gloves. I need to make sure they're sparring gloves, not bag gloves. And then people ask, what's the difference between a bag glove and a sparring glove? Very simple. Bag gloves bruise you. Yeah. Sparring gloves don't. Another way of looking at it, if I'm going to throw a ball at you, let's say it's a baseball. Would you like me to throw a baseball at you or a softball at you?
Dodgeball.
So a lot of people, no, it's a softball. Exactly. Sparring gloves are softballs. Bag gloves are baseballs. They're meant to tear up a bag, not your face. And that's why I said, wrong gloves. There's no way I'm going to use a bag glove against my guys. Or the ounces, meaning if you're a 180-pounder wearing 10 ounces, hell no, I'm not going to let you use that against my guy.
He has fragile hands.
So, again, there's a lot of guys try to use the advantage of what they think they can cheat with. And then I'm here to watch them to make sure. My guys are not punching bags. You're not going to abuse my guys. But at the same time, I educate them to make sure they got the right equipment and explain why they do it. So those are the things we do. So Erik is comfortable here because we have rules within rules. It's not when you're sparring, it's not a beat down. It's training. Relax. Get ready for a real fight.
That's
so
what we
when
call it.
Fight comes, the rules are out the window. You do what you have to do to fight. So when we go to another gym, Erik's comfortable with our rules. But I always tell him, remember, we're in their house. The rules don't apply.
I always feel bad too, just putting pressure on the guy. Right. I don't want them to feel like I'm there to just kick his ass.
Right.
And I want to show that I'm putting in work. So I don't try to right off the bat take his head off.
Well, it seems like every time we go somewhere, they all seem to love you because they love the way you work. In other words, they say, okay, your level's higher, but you're not abusing it. Does that make sense? So they go, oh, good, you're letting us work.
So you're not the type of coach that's going to go into somebody's house and tell Erik, hey, let him up, Sparky.
No. Unless I see the abuse. We have signals here. If we figure the guy's going to try to tear his head off, I have a signal without me yelling at him to say, hey, do what you have to do.
Do a little wink?
It's more than a wink, but it's hand signals. I don't want to give out the secrets what it is. So the truth is, it doesn't make me look like a villain yelling, tear his head off, kill him, knock his head off. You really don't want to do that. Now, also in my gym, we're very respectful. And I'm going to explain it to other gyms. And because we got a taste of it at other gyms, and I go, they haven't learned to be respectful, even though they're trying to be respectful. And here's what it is. Even in our house, when we're sparring, we don't go, ooh, we don't degrade the other opponent. Does that make sense?
Right.
So if one of my guys gave a beautiful 3-punch combination, our guys, be respectful. Let's not do that. At the same time, I teach the other opponents, hey, I get it, but when you guys hit my guys, keep it up, knock his head off. I go, it's kind of disrespectful. Let the guys work. Yeah. Let them work. We were at the gym yesterday, and it was that way. In other words, we were calm when we were not yelling if one of my opponents was tearing off on them, But there's, and I looked, I go, they have to work. All over the place, yeah. They were all over the place. You could hear them yell and roar for their guy, which I understand that. In a real fight, that's that. But in practice, it's not a real fight. So don't act like it that, you got the best of them. Because the other opponent's not opening up. He's working with you. And that's sometimes I try to educate people on that. For an example, when the parents come into the gym and I say, all right, your kids are working. As a parent, you can't be yelling at your son, tear his head off, knock his head off. I go, look, he's not a world champion. Let him work, let him be calm without degrading your other opponent. You wouldn't like it if the other kid's teeing off on him and degrading your own son. So I said, we're all neutral here. Exactly, it's neutral. It's a learning process. Let the kids work without putting more pressure on it. But parents are they think it's a championship, and they take it too personally.
That's pretty good.
So that's cool. It's good that you see it that way. I've seen a lot of gyms, a lot of sparring matches where they come to
tear your head off.
Well, not to tear your head off, but they're coming to
knock you out. They want to drop you.
They want to hurt you. Not hurt you, but I guess what I'm saying is that they want to establish themselves exactly like.
And it's understandable to a point, but they take it a little too far. Really, here's the truth. In sparring, you really shouldn't be seeing knockouts. Does that make sense?
You know how hard it is to knock somebody out with sparring gear on?
Right, it is hard. But people try. They try that. And then when they get the knockout, they go, oh, look what I did. Again, that guy might have been 110% to fight you as a real fight. So you kind of took advantage of him. And so I see that a lot. And it's really, like I tell our guys, we don't go for the knockout. If you see them getting hurt, back off. Back off, let them recover. And it's not about, oh, look, I knocked him out. You know what? It's not a sanctioned fight. It's a sparring fight. This is all there. That's where I went. It's not going to go any further than that.
Screw that.
But some guys play cockfights.
just kidding.
Does that make sense?
So what about if somebody like, let's say, Jim so-and-so
Right.
came in here and, oh, you guys talk a lot of shit on your podcast.
It happens.
I want to fight
That
out.
happens.
Right.
All right.
I've been.
Lace him up,
Yeah.
right?
No, that happens.
And let's say Erik is just lining him up. And, over here at Supreme Boxing Club in Lake Elsinore, we're humble.
Yeah.
Right.
We're
Not
humble
me,
folks.
but, yeah.
Except Lou Almighty. He's a little
He's a
cocky.
bit of a savage over here.
You know what I mean? It's that Oaktown in him. So you're like the coach got to you, right? Mentally.
Right.
And you're just like, you know what, Erik? Get him.
Right.
Would you do that, or would you keep your composure?
There's things. There's signals. There's signals. One signal shows keep working with him. He's trying to knock your head off, but keep working with him. All right.
He
Here's the
doesn't
other
get
signal. Light him up.
Yeah.
Just to let him know you're not a punching bag.
Put him back in his place.
Now, for an example, yesterday when we were sparring, I didn't.
It didn't get to that.
No. I don't go out there like, oh, my guy's doing really well. I'm going to brag about it and show off on the sparring match. I go, it's a sparring, and all it really showed that Erik, I'm using Erik as an example, was just more experienced than the other guy. It's not worth bragging about. Does that make sense?
Right.
For an example, I said, well, Erik's got fights, the other guy doesn't. So
Exactly.
how do you brag about, oh, we tore that guy like it was no one's
Yeah,
business?
yeah.
He's not in your caliber, so why are you bragging about something who's not in your caliber? Of course you're supposed to be better. You're the more experienced guy. So we guide him. What I look for Erik to see how his movement is, how his defense is, against an inexperienced fighter. To say, whoa, that guy's inexperienced, but he brought this to you. It means we're not doing things correctly. We need to work on more things. So Erik's supposed to do what he's supposed to do, and I don't brag about it to the coaches or to anyone else there. Does that make sense? I don't need to degrade the other guy.
Wait till I get in there, coach. I'll brag for you.
There you go. There you go.
No, I've seen some sparring matches where the guys show up because they want to show up and like I know we joke about it, like bring the smoke, but some guys actually show up to try and impose like, hey, I'm the man here. I'm the man around here. And so they do it. And I've seen the coach tell the guy, well, out of our gym, he's like, hey, what are you stopping for? He came here for an ass whooping, give it to him.
Right.
And he goes and puts in the work, and the other coach is trying to, direct this guy. But I've seen the sparring wars. It happens.
Right. It happens. You're going to see everything and everything all the time. It's just, like I tell the guys, expect unexpected.
But a lot of
Is it a coaching thing? Is it about who's the better coach or who's the better fighter?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Because the coach takes it personally, because that's my guy.
a lot of times, like say Erik created a buzz out here,
Right.
And then you had a kid in Corona, say, and he created a buzz, and everyone is talking because it happens in LA. It happens in LA a lot where you get these guys buzzing, and two different gyms, and then you bring them in to spar, like to kind of like let's put them together and see what happens. But a lot of that happens behind closed doors, no?
Right, very much so.
Yeah, 'cause they don't wanna
it should
expose
be.
the other one.
Just for an example, when we spar other people, I personally do not record it.
Right.
It's bad on my part as a coach recording a sparring match and saying, look what we did to these people.
Yeah.
Look at what my gym did.
Right.
And again, it's insulting to the other club.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense? I'm happy that they come to my gym. I'm not going to post it on Instagram or Facebook or on YouTube for that matter. Look what my gym did to this guy. It's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I'm not about that.
That's classless.
So and I agree. So other gyms record. I get it, but I wouldn't, show like, oh look, we tore this guy's head off.
Maybe to record for homework, but not
Well,
to
that
put it
that
out.
is exactly
Yeah,
true.
that's-
That's exactly true. But if you look at I don't post it.
Yeah.
I will post some of my guys working with each other just to show them, hey, we do spar here, but we're not looking to knock people out. That's not what it is until the real fight. And then when you're training, all right, now it's a commitment. You have to train your fighter. All right, it's no longer sparring. It's all affliction, all the way straight through. Pick up your punches. If you become soft and nice, he won't be that way. So it's all mental gains from that point on.
Awesome. And do you feel the same way, Erik? Or are you holding back because coach is being humble? You want to be an animal.
I think just because I work with a lot of beginners, that I have the tendency to back off.
Yeah.
So if I see them, I hurt them. If I hurt them, I have a tendency to lean off of them. And it's a bad habit. And I've done that in fights too. As I've lost, a couple fights just because I back off. And it's just, bad habit, or I'll tell him, good hit. And it's stupid of me doing that. But
And he's right. It does build bad habits. He's right about that. So
you
but
got me
we
good.
love. Now happens a lot. We love guys coming in here who are better than Erik, which I want that.
Yeah,
only
of course.
because it allows Erik work.
oh, yeah, I love that.
And I'm not looking to say, hey, only ones who's allowed in my gym, the guys that can't beat up my guys. No, I want you guys. I want the better people here. This is how my guys are going to learn. They're not going to.
Yeah.
They can learn so much with each other.
Or guys on a lower level.
But the true test is when someone comes in
on a higher level.
at a higher level, it teaches my guys. That's why when their guys are not at Erik's level, I'll handicap Erik and say, all right, I'll go to the other corner. All right, here's what he's looking at. Here's what he's doing. You can't be doing that. And Erik's looking at me like, really? You got to tell them that?
Yeah,
because
all
I
my
want
secrets, man.
I want you thinking and better in yourself.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
I'm not looking for a one-way train.
So he's got to He's got to outthink the coach.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that-
He told him,
I'll
he told him everything I do.
think his opponent. So in other words, I'll handicap. I said, all right, Erik's going to do this.
Pretty much
and
gives
he's
him a
looking
whole
to do
playbook.
that.
And then
Here's the game plan, and do this, and this. I put hiccups on him so Erik knows, okay, I have to switch, I have to do something else. Problem with fighters, they keep working with the same guys, they're not being tested.
Right.
It's the same thing over and over and over. You might have this guy's number, doesn't mean you have the other guy's number.
Right.
And that's what happens with a lot of guys. I said, it's a mirror image. You're seeing the same thing over and over. And I love saying, it's the same record player playing the same song over and over.
Yeah.
But your other opponent is the needle that's going to scratch it. And that's where you're going to have your problems.
Look at that wisdom coming now.
it's a good saying. Put down a shirt.
Hey,
Right.
yeah, you know who you'd match up well, size-wise, is with Chubbs.
Chubbs? Oh,
There you go. Let's put Chubbs in.
No, with El Mago.
El Mago?
Yeah, Jesse Martinez out of Outlaws Boxing Club. You guys are the same. Oh, he's tall as shit. So
What is he,
you're
like
tall
5'11",
too.
6 feet?
He's like 5'11", easy,
Oh, yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Oh, I would
perfect.
love to get some work with him.
Yeah, that's
man, he's
that's what we need. We like guys like him to come in.
Yeah.
Or we go see him. We love that. It's really
You
testing.
guys would be a great fit, I think.
And keep in
Make
mind,
that
I would love
happen,
to work
Make
with
that
him.
happen.
I'll reach out to him actually.
yeah, that'd be
Coach
good.
Brandon Krause trains him. Real. I mean, they're a great set of guys over there.